Okay,
Oh,
welcome to the HQ podcast number 10.
Number 10?
Yes, number 10.
Saved me for number 10?
Yes, well, it took you 10 weeks to convince me to
Oh,
have you on.
convince you, not to convince me to show up. I had to beg.
You had to
every
beg
week.
for 10 weeks.
10 weeks, and you're like, no women,
And-
men only, white men only.
White, hairy men only.
We want no diversity, no difference of opinion.
No quota here.
This is an echo chamber. And I was
Exactly.
like, please.
The quokka chamber.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
right. Hello, Adam. I didn't get the
Hello, Adam.
thing up where you could see it.
See what?
See the chat.
Ah,
Docs. Chat.
Oh.
There you go.
rookie mistake. You've been doing this for 10 podcasts.
I wasn't there every week.
That's true. How many have you actually done?
I want to say 60%.
60.
I want to say 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the good
Keeping
thing
it
about 10.
simple.
It's a nice round number.
Jeez, why isn't that loading?
I don't know.
That's weird.
Know how
Oh, there
this-
it is.
Craziness works.
Pretty crazy. All right. We're good now. We see
See
Adam
it.
over there. We're good.
We're good.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. For the COVID, the vidcast, the COVID cast.
Yeah, I feel like we're outing ourselves. We don't either of us look very sick. Let's both cough at the same time to prove that we're sick.
It's dangerous.
Does that sound chesty enough? That was pretty chesty.
I think my voice sounds a bit sick.
Oh, it's like gravelly.
Yeah, no, it's like blocked nose.
Right. This reminds me of that Friends episode with Phoebe where
She sounds
she
sexy and
sounded
singing.
sick,
Yeah,
when she had a cold. Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah,
No, like
phlegm.
because my guitar's over there.
Oh.
When I used to like play and sing sometimes to myself, I'd be like, "Damn, this sounds good," because it would just like I don't know, clamp your range so you would never peak or something.
Right,
Like it
right.
would just sound good.
Oh, I see. Podcast number 10, Harry whips out his out of tune guitar, plays Wonderwall.
Yeah, that would not sound good.
If only you had a keyboard, you could show us how you can't play the piano.
Where is the keyboard?
I don't know. I think it's in the cupboards.
Okay, there's a cupboard keyboard somewhere. But welcome, Chloe. First appearance on the podcast. You've been in some YouTube videos, maybe like 3.
Yeah, not many. I think all the ones that had my face in it never ended up getting put on, I don't think.
What do you
Maybe
mean?
one, maybe the worm one.
Well, Worms.
Yeah. But there was the one where we played
You weren't in Chicken Horse.
where we played Horizon, and that was just voiceover.
That was just voice.
Yeah. I
People-
like that. That's still my favorite video.
Yeah.
I thought that was so funny. I thought I was hilarious.
Yeah.
No one watched it.
The people keep. That's it. When I check YouTube, it shows me. Oh, this week 3 more views on that
Oh,
video.
dang. Maybe one day it will peak.
And then I looked at the like where is this coming from?
Mm-hmm.
It's coming from searches.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know the
Is it Aloy hair?
no? It's armpit.
Armpit.
Lick.
Ew.
Armpit hair.
They were getting some creep. Well, I guess the image is exactly what they want to see then. Like
It's also
Thumbnail.
it's called Horizon Zero Pits.
that's true.
So Pits is in the name, so it comes
Yeah.
up in the search
I feel like if
results.
we had released that like a week earlier when the full hair controversy, her facial hair controversy was kicking off, we could have gone far.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
we missed the wave of peach fuzz controversy on that one. It's a shame.
But you've been in like the second Minecraft video, the houses.
Oh, that's right.
how
I
could
was
you
the
forget?
judge. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. But that was also without video. Without
Yes,
yeah.
that's when we were very noob.
Yeah,
Um,
that was just me judging. I liked that. You should get me to judge more often. Damn people mowing their lawns on a Sunday morning.
how dare they?
Savages.
Absolute mental cases.
Do it at 8 o'clock at night on a Wednesday like everyone else.
But we'll address some things in the future.
Mm.
Share screen.
What are we addressing?
There's the schedule. It's
Oh,
very different.
It's different, Harry. I noticed something different.
Mitch is taking a break. And I've put him on a Thursday, but that's a soft Thursday.
A soft Thursdays.
So Mitch can do what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
I've
He's bound by this. It's a contract.
it's true.
Told him that's what he must do. We'll be done.
But Chloe, you're on here twice.
I am on here twice.
So Chloe's now coming out of the darkness.
Coming out of the shadows.
Shout out CJ Home.
No, now I'm self-conscious
Slice.
about the name. I
Great
literally,
name.
I came up with it. I was panicked and I had to come up with a name. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Show me one thing about my bio that's not true.
So,
I wonder if any of them noticed that time I accidentally streamed to your channel for like a minute.
maybe once.
Maybe they did and no one said anything and they were like, oh, she obviously wasn't.
We'll let her have her
supposed to do that.
secrets.
Yeah. Shout out if you noticed.
Yes,
I did
but
that
go
one time.
follow Chloe and get her to affiliate.
Yeah, what am I on now?
You're on 41.
Wow, yeah, I should know that. I'm 9 off. At one point I was on 45 and then it was a bunch of bots and they all got deleted.
Yeah.
Or
Or people just hated you.
Or people just hated
Yeah,
me. And
they're
they were
like women.
Fucking women. They don't deserve followers.
And yeah, so go follow Chloe. So you've got 41 without any HQ people.
Yeah, well, I was streaming in secret with the plan that one day I would jump on stream and be like, I'm partner, guys. I did it without you. And then I couldn't get past 40 and I was like, shit. I'm going to end up streaming for ages and no one's going to know. I'm just stuck on 41.
But now you can have Adam, you can have Mitch in there.
Amazing.
Like modding for you.
That's true. I'm sick of random guys asking me if they can mod for me. And I'm like, I don't know who you are. And then they never show up for the next stream anyway. So I was like...
They're just mod searching.
Yeah, they're just mod...
hunting.
Hunting for mods. Yeah. I don't know why. Like, why? I don't get the appeal of it. That's the last thing I would want to do.
They like being in power.
Probably that's it.
I don't know. And if you're a mod, you're somewhat safer than
From being like...
from saying shit.
Like, from me banning them.
You can ban mods. It's just other mods can't ban other mods.
Right.
So I wouldn't have been able to.
Right. So you could be like a toxic mod.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know enough about Twitch. I don't know what we're doing. But we get back to here.
Yeah.
We're doing the podcast at the moment. Number 10. Big old 10. Chonky 10. You're going to be streaming tonight
Yes, probably.
at 8 p.m.-ish.
I feel like I'm over the COVID. I felt like I was over it on Friday, and then Saturday I had a terrible headache, and then it went away. And now I think I'm fine.
What?
I'm good.
When was it? Thursday.
I got it on Wednesday.
I played Stoneblock on Thursday. And then I think Friday, I felt pretty okay. And then Friday night, ooh.
Yeah, so Wednesday night.
And Saturday night was also oof.
Yeah.
Wait, that was last night.
It hits you at night.
Yeah.
It's like that's when it gets you, when you're sleeping.
The middle of the day, sometimes I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm great.
Yeah.
I've been sitting in the sun.
Is it also around the time when you take the drugs that I give you that you start to feel that way?
I mean, I took drugs like an hour ago.
Yeah. It reminds me of like of the people who like they have some disease and they take the medicine and then they stop and the doctor's like, why'd you stop taking it? It's like, well, I started to feel better. I don't need it anymore.
Yeah. Makes sense. It's hard to argue with that.
I feel like that's you with your drugs. And I have to
No,
shovel
it's
them
just-
into your throat.
It's just we misplaced them.
Yeah.
And then
we can
chaos.
find them. Yeah.
should we talk about PAX?
Sure.
We got COVID at PAX.
Yeah, I
think you got it.
unconfirmed, but most likely.
I reckon you got it on the last day.
Mm.
Hibernated for 2 days.
Ooh, who could have given it to me, I wonder?
You could have got it on the plane.
There were thousands of people.
It was
Could have been on the
millions.
plane. I wore the mask on the flight there.
Yeah.
And then by the time I'd been through PAX, I was like, well, if I've got it now, I've got it. So what's the point of wearing it on the flight back?
But so last Wednesday you felt sick at like 4 p.m.
No, it was like I felt fine in the morning, and it was about midday that I was like, ooh, I feel hot.
Same.
Temperature wise. And just started to feel sick, and then we were at work, and then our boss came round and he's like, yeah, so tomorrow. And I was like, I don't know about tomorrow, man. And he was like standing right next to me. He's like, oh. And I was like, yeah. He's like, do you have COVID? And I was like, nah.
No.
He's like, well, take a thing. And I was like, yeah. And then message that night, I've got it. I've got COVID. It feels lame getting it this late. I feel like if we'd gotten it, like, at one point it was almost cool to have COVID. Because you're like the only ones that had it. Like, it was rare.
Well, last
Now
time,
it's just normal. I wanted to feel special.
we were also like triple vax this time, so it's like less brutal.
For sure.
So it probably would have been worse. The cool squad.
Yeah. I wish I could have a comparison of if I didn't have any of my vaccines.
Why would you want that though?
And what it would have been like. It would have been the same, I don't know.
No, it would have been worse, I thought.
I don't know.
I
think the strains mutate so much that I doubt the ones that we got vax for are even the ones that we caught. Who knows? Vaccine conspiracy theories, it's all a lie.
That's not.
I have all of them and I'll gladly accept more into my body. Whatever the government tells me to inject into my blood, I will do. No questions.
All right, let's get off that.
I'm like the opposite of an anti-vaxxer. Like what it would be like, I'm too pro-vax.
It's not hypochondriac, it's hyperchondriac.
No, I'm like, I'll take anything they give me without question. Whatever the opposite.
You can get paid for that.
What?
Experimental
true.
treatments.
Yeah, I can make bank.
Yeah.
I doubt they get many women volunteering to do that. Although I remember there was a thing in Britain where there was a trial where they all signed up for this drug trial and then it made them like balloon up and turn into like zombie people. And they like lost fingers and toes.
What are you talking about?
It was like a random drug trial. And so there was one placebo guy, because there's like 9 of them or something, and one randomly gets given a placebo and there's always a placebo guy. And so they're all sitting there and then one by one they all start like going into comas. And the one placebo guy is just like looking around at all of these people in comas. And then the nurses are like, yeah, you can go home.
So what did it do to them? It expanded their
it made it like they had so many infections that they like swelled up. Every part of their body like swelled up. And so they were like big balloon people. And then the media was like, oh, they've turned into zombies, and the media went like crazy with it or something. But it was just they had all these random infections. It was weird. And then that drug is no longer available, I don't think.
What did it do anyway?
I don't even know. I think it was like I don't even know.
Anti-inflammatory.
I know, it was just some random drug trial and they fucked up and killed everyone. No, yes. I think only one person died.
Damn.
Fun fact. I'm full of fun stories like this. You should get me on more often. I don't remember half the details. I make up the other half, I guess.
Those are the best kind of stories.
The best kind of stories.
Yeah. What was your favorite thing about PAX?
I liked winning the game of rollies in front of hundreds of people. That was pretty fun.
In front of hundreds of D&D fans.
Yeah, I won a game of rollies. That was good. I got picked out of the crowd because I used to never get picked for those sorts of things, like as a kid. So I feel a lot of validation now that I can easily get picked at those events at PAX. I just wish I got picked for the ones to win the headphones. I was so close. He looked at me. Our eyes met.
And then a woman was higher because she got on her boyfriend's shoulders.
And then a different woman drew his attention, and I was like, damn it, I was so close.
You should have just jumped higher.
Yeah, well, you should have lifted me.
There was someone in a wheelchair to our right, and I should
have stood on his wheelchair, on the arms of his wheelchair. Woo!
And then give him the headphones.
No.
Oh,
mine.
Brutal.
I would never do that. But even if I had gotten picked, I still would have had to slam a curly whirly faster than the other person.
Do you think you would have done that?
I think I could have done it. The trick is not to chew it. The trick is to just bite it and swallow it. Same with the marshmallows. I don't know why people are wasting time chewing.
Or you could choke.
Headphones.
You can't just swallow
Free headphones.
A marshmallow.
Yeah, I could definitely swallow a marshmallow without chewing it.
Famous last words.
Get me a marshmallow right now and I'll show you that I can swallow it without chewing. I think the curly whirly would have been fine. I could have like I reckon I could have rolled the curly whirly into a ball
And
and
that's the
swallowed
no,
the whole thing.
no.
No, I could have. It would have been painful, but I could have done it. And they would have been horrified. And I'd be like, give me my goddamn keyboard. I've earned this.
I don't believe you.
Give me a curly
That
whirly.
would
and
be
I'll show you.
so thick. It'd
Next podcast, get me one curly whirly and a bag of marshmallows, and I'll show you
that's
that I can
that's
do it.
bigger than that would be the size of like those big gobstoppers,
Yeah, 100%.
jawbreakers.
Yeah, 100% could do it.
You can't swallow that.
100% could do it.
All right, let's.
Till you get me a curly whirly, we'll never know.
I've never liked curly whirlies.
No, I've
They're
never been a
too
big fan.
sticky.
Yeah. They're sticky, one word, yeah. I always, as a kid, was interested in how they wove them together. And I did understand it, but no, wasn't a big fan either.
There was more food at PAX than previous years.
Yeah, they had
the
the
vans.
food stalls as opposed to I don't think the convention made any food.
No, it was in the bays,
No, I didn't even
but we
look.
never went to them
Yeah,
for
which was
once.
good.
Yeah.
Although they did have potato salad once and it wasn't too bad, except it had cheese on it, which was like, he puts cheese on potato salad.
I think the vast majority of people are cheese fans, and you are not.
I like cheese.
You don't like melted cheese?
No, I only like cheese if it's melted to the point that it's like brown. I like soft, you know my love of cheeses, of a good charcuterie board.
But that's not cheese.
What do you mean?
The common man's cheese is cheese on a burger.
You're looking at me straight in my eye and you're telling me that brie and camembert isn't cheese?
I'm saying it's not the common folks' cheese.
Are you just talking about like basic white
Yeah.
mozzarella cheese?
Yeah.
I
Because
don't
you
think I
always remove
understand
cheese from burgers and stuff.
Yeah, because it's not melted. I don't like.
Usually it is melted.
Well, it's not melted and it's not brown.
No, it's not brown. It's just
not bubbly.
gooey.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I love gooey cheese.
Ugh. I've never liked it. There used to be a time in my life where I didn't eat cheese and I was a vegetarian, and so I would get a pizza with no cheese. We would have takeaway pizza, and I would be like no cheese, and I just have this cooked red tomato pizza with no meat on it.
Sounds just like you.
So yeah, I would eat it gratefully.
Did you eat fish?
Yeah, I always like seafood.
No, but like, when you were vegetarian, did you
Yes.
eat fish?
Yes, that was the only way I could convince my parents to let me do it.
So what do you call that?
I don't know.
Pescatarian? No,
Basic bitch vegetarian.
fake vegetarian.
Fake vegetarian, yeah. It was also part of it was I'll be honest. Part of it was that was one of the ways to convince my parents. The other one was I really liked prawns and I didn't want to stop eating them. And vegetarianism wasn't going to stop me from eating prawns.
Didn't we try to, I don't know, be vegetarian for like
No.
4 days a week for a
No,
bit? Yeah, we had lentil everything.
you're lying. Oh my lord, what's that? We did.
Mood Fungus just subscribed.
Oh, hello, Jake.
Hello,
yes, we've
Jake.
got the COVID.
Yeah, we got the COVID.
Got the COVID.
Well,
thank you for the sub for 5 months.
5 months.
Jakey
wow.
legend. Hope you
Well-
enjoyed the shorts we just put out of you.
Well, like PAX used to be, like before COVID, the PAX flu was a well-known phenomenon.
PAX
now,
flu?
instead of because you'd go to PAX, there'd be so many people at once, you'd come home and you'd have a flu, like you get sick, like you get a cold from being at PAX. And now instead of PAX flu, it's just COVID.
You just get COVID.
You just get COVID.
God damn.
It's the new norm. The PAX pandemic. Exactly right.
It'd be fun to see Jake at PAX.
I think he'd enjoy it. I
Yeah.
think he'd like there's lots of board games.
Oh, there's a lot of board
lots
games.
of D&D stuff. Jake would have sat at the random D&D table with me.
I timed those people. They were there for 4 hours.
There were tables filled with people with random dungeon masters sitting there waiting with their DM screens, waiting for you to sit down to play D&D. And I was like, Harry, let's do it. Because we'd walk past and there'd be like some wizard-looking man
It was
sadly waiting for people to come
He
and
wasn't
sit with him.
sadly waiting. He was smiling. He was like,
Yes, but it was a smile of a broken man that no one was coming to sit with him. And
he was the
he wouldn't do
embodiment
it.
of Gary Gygax.
Yeah.
He looked just like him.
It was Gary Gygax reincarnate. You turned down a D&D session with Gary Gygax, essentially.
His spiritual
His
successor.
spiritual successor.
Well, here's the thing. You asked me Friday morning
Yeah.
if I want to play
Instantly,
D&D
as
for
soon as
5
I
hours
saw
at
that they were
PAX.
there, yeah.
I did not. I wanted
Because
to
once
see
they
PAX.
fill up, you don't, they're gone for the day. You don't get to have a chance with them. So you got to get there in the morning.
But then here's the problem.
Mhm.
If it's not fun,
You're stuck.
You're
there.
stuck there.
But you can make it fun in the fact that it's not fun. You can turn that into fun. The fact, like, we would just look at each other and we'd both be like, "This is not fun," and we'd make it fun.
Sure.
Yeah, they'd be like, "These guys are amazing."
I think I just wanted to see PAX rather than sit down at a table for 5 hours.
I'm just saying, Jake would have done it.
Reverse DM.
I would never leave. Yeah, you slowly take over the DMing from the person until you're the one in control.
He's just like, "What do you do on your turn?" And then you play an Uno reverse card, and then I say, "What do you do on your turn?"
Yeah. Just have one in your. Well, there was we walked past a great table where they were all in like full fantasy. Like there was an orc with like a full-on orc like facial prosthetic mask, and he looked so cool. And there was like fairies, and like they were all completely dressed up for the scenario playing D&D. And I was like, I want to sit at that table. And I'm just like, I'm the human. They're all the fantasy races, and I'm like, I'm Carl, the human. I think it would have been fun.
It probably would have been fun. I just there's so many little hours in the day.
That's true. That's true.
I
feel like we could have done it on Sunday.
There's Chloe's channel, Jake, if you're interested, or anyone else.
Surprise.
Go follow her. Get her to affiliate. She's probably close now.
I don't know.
I don't know.
If anyone's done it. We don't get the notifications on this one.
No, because we're not streaming there. You're at 42.
Oh, I got one. Thank you.
It's probably Adam.
Thank you. It was probably Adam. Thanks, Adam.
God damn, she'll be streaming tonight.
I will. I don't know what I'm going to play, though.
But you usually play Valorant.
I do usually play Valorant, and I'm not... Well...
You're good.
I don't think I'm good at it.
You've
the
played it
people
enough.
I play with don't think I'm good at it, but you seem to think I'm good at it.
Yes, because you've learnt the guns, you've learnt some maps, and you've learnt the basic mechanics of the bomb.
Yes. Well, like, remember that one time...
You got like an ace?
I think I almost got ace, but I was definitely the MVP. Like, if I'm playing against people that are average, I do really, really well. Like, I'm really good. If everyone else is, like, average to bad or new, I do great.
Yeah.
But if everyone's good, then I'm average.
If the queue time is long, you usually get better players.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll play it together eventually. We'll get some other HQ members in.
I need to work on my crosshair placement.
Have you customized your crosshair?
No. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Shit. I don't know that.
I'm pretty sure.
Like in the game.
You can do it in CSGO. I can't remember if
this
you
ain't CSGO bullshit. This is a completely different game. The mechanics are completely different.
Pretty much the same game.
So different. There's magic and pretty boys.
Pretty boys?
Yes. Pretty
Who's
boys.
your favorite?
Who's my favorite or who's the prettiest?
It's the same answer. Same question.
True. That's true. Well, I like playing Phoenix at the moment.
Yeah.
I used to play Sova a lot. Should go back to Sova.
Sova? Oh, yeah.
And I'm trying to unlock the electric girl. I want to play her. She's cool.
Who's the electric girl?
She's the one who makes the tunnel, the 2 walls, and then she can run directly in between
I have no idea who that is.
Neon. I kind of know their names. I don't know all their names.
I have not played Valorant in probably well over a year.
We should play together. I'll protect you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm almost at the part where I can point where I can be in ranked, which I think will be good because even if I'm low ranked, I guess no, you just low ranked.
We could do ranked together.
You have to get to level 20. I'm not waiting for you to get level 20.
I'm probably like level 50.
What? How much did you
Well, I
play?
played it for like 2 years.
Oh.
And then I stopped.
Why weren't you any good at it then?
I was good at my peak, but if I go back to it now, all the characters are different. There's been a bunch of patches and nerfs and buffs and rusty.
You're rusty.
Right. Yeah. And Lachlan and Brad carried me.
True.
Lachlan and Brad played CSGO for years.
Right.
So when they swapped to Valorant, they actually had that
Naturals.
instinct, that training. It was just the characters they had to learn.
Right. We should play with them then.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Yeah. I'm not.
And Mitch is our...
Sometimes remember that one clutch move where I killed 4 people?
Yeah.
And I almost got the 5th person as I was trying to disarm the thing. That was pretty good. You were actually like, oh.
The funniest...
in the chat, you were like, whoa, my God.
Yeah. The funniest moment, I think, was you were like camping.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
Yeah.
A
I won't
Sova,
apologize for that.
an enemy Sova walked in and then looked the way you were looking and then put their back up against you because you were in a corner. They backed up into a corner without looking.
Yeah.
And then you were there and then you went to shoot, but then you swapped to a knife, and then you stabbed and missed, and then you swapped back to your sniper, and then shot, and then you're both running around in a circle.
Oh, that wasn't the sofa. That was the I think I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
That was the guy that sends out his little duplicate of himself.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you shoot at it, it's like fake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
But like he's just like, oh my fucking god.
I completely fucked it up.
But if you just kept the knife and then stabbed in the back,
I
you
should
would have
just stabbed him.
been fine.
I think I panic.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Yes. Obviously,
Yes.
if you stayed calm.
But like in that clutch move, right, where I was the last person on the team, the thing was about to explode, so I had to defuse it. I killed 3 people to get to it. I think 3 or 4, and then there was one person still hiding. And I think like the adrenaline at times makes me not panic if it's high, if the adrenaline is high enough. But if it's like a low stakes, me randomly standing in a corner of the map and someone backs up into me, I just panic.
Lose it.
Yeah, I need high stakes in order for me to focus.
Yeah.
If there's no high stakes, I just freak out and do stupid things. And I'm like, how did that happen?
Yeah, I'm keen to play some of you. Maybe we can get some funny highlights because there's plenty of it there.
I just like to be able to chat, like, because I turn off all the
In-game.
in-game mics when I play because I don't want to listen to people. Like, I don't care. And I don't even know if they are talking or not.
Well, they're probably just calling out like, oh, they're here, or go this way.
But people generally call it out with the characters.
Yeah.
Maybe I just, yeah. Or they like chat, typing and thing. I think I had one person once, I did something stupid, and they were like, Phoenix, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm trying my best. And then he got really sad because he thought he'd upset me, and he was like, oh, I'm sorry, I just meant blah, 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 blah. And I was like, it's all right. I also, my favorite thing to say, if we're doing really bad, and we need like a morale boost, I'll be like, we've got this, guys. We ain't just a team, we family. And it will just come out of nowhere. Like, especially if no one's been talking the whole, like
they
team.
might have been talking, but you've muted
Yeah, I
them.
probably just couldn't hear them. So then I just come out with, we ain't a team, we family. And then they're usually like, right on, man. And then it gives us like a little boost. Well, sometimes I've done it when we're actually doing a really good comeback and people are like actually really supportive. I'm like, we ain't just a team, we family.
Is there any Vin Diesel jokes? Like Fast and the Furious? Family.
No.
No? Do you know that meme?
No.
Oh, I haven't seen it either,
do
but it's basically Vin Diesel just saying family is more important than anything.
Right.
It was pretty hot for a while.
You haven't seen the movie either. You
What,
just know
Fast
you just know the context of
yeah,
the meme, right?
There's a million Fast and the Furious that I can't keep up.
That's true.
And I don't
Too fast,
like
too
them.
furious. Yeah, I don't like them either.
That's terrible. I've seen them.
I've seen none of them.
I've seen like the first
Wasn't there one where someone died and they replaced him with a CGI version of himself for the whole movie?
I think I didn't think he was in the whole movie. They just replaced him with CG to kill him off.
Oh no.
Actually, they used his brother.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
And then added some CG.
Rip to that man.
Yeah. Goddamn.
Goddamn. What's the act of death that hit you the hardest when you heard?
Oh, Hagrid died yesterday,
Oh, you told me that.
or the day before.
Big rip.
That's
Alan
tragic.
Rickman was a big one for me. I was like,
Alan
oh.
Rickman.
Leonard Nimoy was
Betty
also a big
Betty
one.
White died.
Oh, when did she die?
No one knows that Betty White died.
She
Mitch
died.
Mitch was devastated.
Oh no, I think I do remember when that happened. Do you know the
Yeah.
Queen died?
Yeah, I had a 2
an
days
inkling?
of mourning.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I mourned so hard
Yeah.
on our day off,
Yeah.
our public holiday.
Which
Cried all day, slept in.
actually
cried.
doesn't hit me the most. Yeah, I've got a few. I can't remember them at the moment though. Christopher Lee,
Oh yeah.
Saruman,
Yeah.
and Count Dooku.
Yeah, the white wizard man.
Yeah.
Count Dooku.
Star Wars.
Oh. I don't know these things.
How did you miss Betty White?
I was still wearing white. When did that happen? What year was that? Was that this year? Or was it from COVID or was it just old age? Or Betty
She was
White?
like 90.
My favorite scene of her is from some like
Mine's from
shitty-
Community.
shitty rom-com with Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds. where she's like a high-powered book editor, and he wants to get this like book published, and she's from Canada, and she's going to get deported, and he has to like marry her, and she goes to his like hometown for the green card, and then she's there with Betty White, and Betty White's doing some like magic rain ceremony in like the forest, and Sandra Bullock joins in. She's like, just sing what speaks to you, and she starts singing to the window, to the wall, to the wall. You know that song?
Yes.
Drip down my balls, and then Betty White starts doing it as well. That's my favorite scene of that woman.
Like Community.
I don't remember what she did.
She's the professor of anthropology.
Oh yeah.
And
I wonder if that was just like a Betty White
she ends
interest.
up needle shooting, like blowgun poisoning someone, a student
Yeah.
that's misbehaving, and it knocks them out. And it's just like, this is from the
proposal. Yes, the proposal. That's a great shitty rom-com. It's a great movie.
But she's like, this poison's from the Hahili tribe in northern Africa. And then they just
Damn Betty White.
yeah, she was pretty funny in Community.
She was a boss. Mine was probably the guy. Oh, this is doesn't look good if I don't even remember his name.
I can't remember who I liked.
He was from Star Trek. He was in the new reboot of Star Trek, and he played Chekhov, and then he died at like really young. His car, like there was something wrong. It wasn't even his fault. There was like they had to recall the cars. Something wrong with the handbrake, and it just rolled and like crushed him, and he died. It was really sad. I remember being like I'm always genuinely upset by things that could have been prevented, but then weren't like that like gets me more than like the person dying. I'm like, but it could have been avoided, and I get like stuck in a thing about that.
What was the question?
Saddest death
Of a celebrity.
Of a parasocial relationship that you had.
It was
Hit you real hard.
this year. I don't quite remember when, but early, maybe I'm gonna say 4 months ago. My childhood favorite cricketer died.
Oh yeah, I do remember. Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew Simons.
Yeah. The guy who had he always did.
He always wore white on his
track.
lips. And he had like dreads on occasion.
Yeah.
But he was just driving his car. And
Him and Warnie.
yeah.
Yeah, dang.
Yeah. Oh, that's weird that Warnie's dead.
I wonder if there's a scientific reason for cricketers and early deaths, because I feel like they all die young. Maybe they just
Well, Warnie
play
had a
hard.
heart condition.
Yeah. But you think like being so athletic that you'd be less likely to have those sorts
Well,
of
cricket's not the most.
That's true.
Like, it depends what.
You can have
Yeah.
overweight cricketers. Can't
Yes,
you?
you can definitely have
Yeah.
overweight
You
cricketers.
can have overweight NRL players too.
Oh, for sure. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm no expert
I'm no
on
expert.
cardio.
No. What's that?
Cocaine.
Yes, all the drugs. That's what I
That's
was
the
trying to
secret?
say. Yeah. Maybe just drugs are more prolific in the cricketing world, and it's a problem that they need to address.
I think just if you're rich, you get involved with.
I just don't
Partying.
understand that. Like,
Dunno.
I doubt Bill Gates is doing lines of cocaine.
Oh, for
Maybe he
sure.
is. You reckon he is? You reckon Bill Gates has done cocaine?
I don't know or care about Bill Gates.
I'll ask him. If I ever meet him, that's the one thing I'll ask him.
Have you ever done cocaine?
Yeah.
Have you ever done cocaine?
Have I ever done
Yeah.
cocaine?
Okay. I'm glad we sorted that out. God damn.
I have no desire. I don't even know where one would acquire the cocaine.
Let's not go there. Just out the back.
Hypothetically, in the chat, where would you?
Jake can hook us up.
I don't even know how one would conduct a drug deal with a drug
Yes,
dealer.
I would like to
I would like to
procure a
purchase-
certain amount of.
May I please have one bag of cocaines? Please.
Make it snappy.
As soon as I said please, they'd be like, this narc. They wouldn't give it to me.
But Jake, I was wondering if you want to play the Game of Thrones board game at some point. If you have bought that on Steam.
Is it on Steam? I thought it was on the board game emulator.
That's also on Steam. There's Tabletop Sim, which I know Jake has, but then there's a separate game for Game of Thrones board game.
Right.
And it looks really pretty. It looks prettier than the one in Tabletop. But we were going to do some more YouTube content. So it was probably going to be a YouTube video rather than a stream. I'm reducing the stream amount that I do, so we can focus on YouTube and longevity of HQ, and actually get content out there.
Do the vids.
Do the vids. So that's why I've knocked off Tuesday, because Tuesday I guess I'll edit. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I want to make a 1/24th scale replica of the house from Bridgerton on a YouTube channel. If I had a YouTube channel, it would just be hyperfixation from I would just be doing the most randomest things in each video. It would always change. Currently, I want to make a giant dollhouse.
But where would you put it?
Yeah, well, the thing is, so the house from Bridgerton, for all of you that are interested, is a real house, but the interior that they used for the house in the show was not the interior of the real house.
So they never went into it.
No, they never went into it. They made like a fake interior and they just used it for the exterior. But they did base the interiors roughly on the exterior. But I've discovered they fucked some things up. They like made rooms that shouldn't exist. But anyway, I measured the real house and then I figured out what the hell because you go on Google.
You went to England.
Well, no, in Google Maps, you can say measure distance.
Uh-huh.
And you can put 2 points on the width of the house and it'll
Damn.
tell you how many meters and feet it's in.
Investigator code.
Fun fact, I had to Google how to do that. Because originally I just had the little scale and I was trying to like paste the scale and I was like, surely you can measure things, and then it turns out you can. Anyway, long story short, I figured out fun fact for everyone, 1/12th scale is the most popular dollhouse scale. For those that are interested.
1/12 of
1/12. So
of regular, 12 being the actual house.
No, it's they're using the imperial system. So 1 foot equals 1 inch. That's the scale.
You've lost me.
Right. I know.
You lost me at
1
foot.
foot, whatever that is. I don't even know how big that is. Excuse me. I have COVID.
I know 5 feet is...
Yeah. So that would be 5 inches.
I don't know.
So the 5 inches. That would be 1/12 scale. So if you got the Bridgerton house and you shrunk it down to 1/12 scale, guess how wide it would be? In like dollhouse form.
I've got COVID.
It'd be 3 meters long. It'd be a 3 meter long dollhouse. So that's
pretty long.
That's not going to work.
You can fit that near.
I guess, yeah. Well, thank you for the offer to house my dollhouse in your gaming studio.
You wouldn't be able to get it out.
Take you up on that.
You wouldn't be able to get it out.
It would go through the door.
Sure.
It's long, not wide.
3 by 3.
No, it's 3 meters long and it's like 1.5 meters wide.
All right.
So maybe get through the door. But anyway, that's too big. Which means, regrettably, I have to go to 1/24th scale. And that's a bitch scale. That's a scale for bitches. That's right. I'll just turn the studio into the Bridgerton house. Wisteria everywhere.
Wisteria everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything about Bridgerton. I don't even know
think
if I
you
watched the latest
I don't
one.
No, but I had to watch it by myself, and you missed out because the first episode had a corgi in it.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and it was very cute. And I was like, oh, and his name was like Chester or something.
Do you think you'd be successful in a Bridgerton quiz?
Yes.
Should we do that?
Sure.
Alright.
I know what private schools all the boys went to. It was Eton, for everyone wondering.
God damn. It's the Pringle King.
The Pringle house. Anyway.
Pringle King, this is Chloe.
Hello.
She does some Valorant
I play Valorant.
and some Fall Guys.
Sometimes
and
I
some
play
other
Fall
stuff.
Guys. That's really it, actually. Valorant, Fall Guys.
You did some Planet Zoo.
I did Planet Zoo once. I did a drawing stream once where I was like,
You're very good at art.
yeah, I was like, jump in the chat and tell me, like, give me a request, and then I drew it. But then only Harry and one other guy, shout out to Slav, showed up. So I only got them requesting things. But I had some great drawings. I saved the drawings that you did. My favorite was the banana man.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a banana man. So I
You
had
should
a
do that
banana,
again in the future.
and then there was a muscly man coming out of the banana.
Should definitely do that again in the future.
Yeah, it was fun. I need more people
All right.
requesting things.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you
How
classified
about
as
no?
a super
I
fan?
think it would be funnier if I quizzed you.
Well, no. Let's make this pointless. I wouldn't know anything.
Yeah, exactly. That's what makes it funny. I'm a super fan.
Hang on.
I'm not even that big of a fan. I just had to rewatch it all to find screenshots of all the inside of the houses for the dollhouse. So I just took a lot of screenshots and then in doing so, listened to a bunch of it all again.
Okay, you ready?
Top 10 Valorant competitive esports champions. Yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
I'm good at it.
We'll form a team, HQ team.
Yeah.
We'll go good. Would you do that?
Yeah.
Would you go pro?
Oh, like pro esports team? No.
What, and compete at PAX?
Well, I don't get how you become. Okay. So is it right? Is it how it works? Is you have a team of random people. You just
I
go
assume
into
you know
ranked.
them.
Yeah, you know them. You're in ranked. You just do really well in ranked. And then in Australia, there's like a top list of like ranked teams, right? I'm assuming. And then people are like, hey, come to this competition. Or do you just rock up and try and win the competition?
Usually you sign up for them.
You sign up for them, right?
And like you put money into like actually having an esports team.
Right. You get the matching little sports.
Yeah, you got to get
jerseys.
the jerseys.
I think those are so stupid.
Chloe, esports is a sport. Well, that's a hot topic. Do you agree? What? Yes or no?
I think
Esports
it's
a sport.
skill. I think yeah, I think if you had the definition of a sport, I think it matches. I don't think you need to wear athletic wear.
But they're heavily sweating.
That's true. They need the breathability.
Yeah, the
for
breathability.
sweating.
Yeah, the air needs to get straight to their pits.
I just feel like there's other ways to do that.
Bonjour. Also,
Bonjour.
enjoy your trip, Jake. We'll see you soon.
Lots of love.
Lots of love.
LOL.
LOL.
Yeah, lots
Oh,
of
lol.
love. No, lots of love.
What's that? What's that? White people on the wall saying?
Eat, pray, love.
Eat, pray, love. What's the
Live, laugh, love.
and what's the better version?
Oh, I can't remember. That was a meme, wasn't
Live,
it?
laugh, fuck. Where is it?
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
I can't remember now. That was a great meme. The gamer sleeves.
The gamer sleeves.
A lot of steroids used in esports. Can you imagine esports rocked by? I think they'd be more likely to be rocked by like ADHD medication to like focus in the hyper intense matches, taking some sort like stimulants to help them concentrate. I feel like that could be a thing. Do they drug test in esports? You have to pee in a cup in esports.
That's a great question.
I think if you
Mental,
don't,
yeah.
then there are people taking drugs, performance enhancing drugs.
Focus drugs.
100%. If you are not testing for it, someone is doing it.
I would say they have to, because like I didn't really watch it because I'm bad at following things. But the Dota 2 final was on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you think the prize money was?
$10 million.
Let's find out. Dota 2 TI.
I'm going to guess 10 mil. I know it's ridiculous. I know the money is ridiculous. 40 mil. That's 2021. That's
Yeah.
the prize pool, though. That's not like just for winning. No doubt the esports people on
I
drugs.
think it's 1.6 million. No, 14 million. I don't know.
14 million. 45% of the prize. 18 grand.
18 million.
And then dang,
Wow.
5 million for runner up. Dang, we should get into esports, man.
Snort a line before each round.
I'm just saying, like, if nothing's being regulated, then 100% people are breaking the rules. Did you hear what rocked the chess community recently?
What? Oh, yes.
People have been cheating.
Using, and I don't know how.
Well, some people were hypothesizing they were using like Morse code butt plugs. So they had butt plugs up their butt that were buzzing in Morse code and telling them where to put.
Like wireless.
Yeah, but I think the consensus is it's something in their shoe. But you know,
But
I like the idea of the butt plug more. That's commitment. I feel like if you're willing to stick a vibrating chest butt plug up your butt, that you deserve.
and what did it do? Someone else was like running computer things
Yeah.
and then being like, "This is what you
Yeah,
should
so
do."
they were computer generated moves. But the thing is, you know, Magnus Carlsen, the absolute boss chess
Yeah,
man.
the Russian guy.
I don't think he's Russian. I think he's Austrian. I don't know what he is.
All right, sure.
But apparently, they were saying that those like actual grandmasters can tell when it's computer moves.
Yeah,
They can tell.
It would look
And
non-organic.
that's crazy to me. Yeah, they can tell
That-
that it's not a human
Well,
playing.
what I was going to say is, I feel like humans are better than the computer because
I don't know if he can beat a computer though.
Well, I would say that I'm talking at my butt.
At your butt plug
Yeah.
butt, your chest butt plug butt.
I feel like computers aren't able to see ahead like humans can.
It's making like pretty. Oh, do you want to tell them about our chess game?
Only if we talk about Scrabble.
No.
That's my arrangement.
We can only talk about the thing that makes me look good. Not
We talk about chess and then we'll talk about Scrabble.
No, we should talk about Scrabble and then end on chess.
No, we'll talk about chess first. Well, I played you down the coast
Plug
once.
to Rectum 5, checkmate. Come last in a Dota tournament. How much do you win for coming last, I wonder?
A lot.
So just getting there.
Well, we once had someone come in at work. We were going to do this 3D chess thing for chess esports, basically.
Yep.
And the guy that was like showing us like all the competitive aspects of it, what kind of like stats would people be interested in to see on overlays?
Yeah.
But he apparently flew to Russia to represent Papua New Guinea,
right?
Because he has dual Papua New Guinea / Australia or something. He flew there just to lose and get given
Just to win.
200K.
He didn't even try?
No, he had to verse literally. I'm not joking. He had to verse Magnus in the fourth round.
Magnus, my idol.
So Magnus tore him asunder.
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right, I guess I'll go home.
Did he fly there knowing that his first game was with Magnus? Yeah. So he knew he was going to lose. Yeah. Right. I wonder how many people just don't show up if they know their first game is with Magnus. I wonder how many games he wins.
Showing up to lose makes it worth it. Because otherwise people would be like, I don't want to show up just to be dishonored.
Right.
I have to show up and it's worth it either way. And that's why you get paid to lose. And that's why Mitch will be a god at Dota 2 tournaments.
But anyway, so we played chess. Harry was very sick yesterday. And for some reason, he was like, do you want to play a board game with me? That's what you sounded like.
That sounds like me.
Yeah, because you were so sick. You poor thing. And I was like, sure. And then we looked at all our board games. And for some reason, he decided in his sick mental state that chess was the good board game to play. And so we got chess up, and I was white and he was black, so I went first. And I was trying to set up this move.
Power move.
I was trying to set up a power move. And I wasn't intending to check you or check. I knew I was in the process of doing the move. I knew I was going to check you, but I knew I was like, oh, he's going to get out of it. But I was trying to set up like a bigger power move, right? So I had to like set up my rook, and I had to set up my castle. And so I'd set up my rook, and I was like, okay, but if I put the rook there, he's going to just kill it.
What's a rook?
The one that goes diagonal.
The bishop?
That one.
I thought the rook was the castle.
No, I don't know. Anyway.
I don't know.
I'm the chess master
all
here.
Right, clearly.
Take my word for it.
Go on.
And so I had to set the castle up. I had it all set up. So I was like going to trap you, right? And so I did the rook. You were like fucking around in some corner while I was setting up the castle. Yeah. You like weren't paying attention to what I was doing. You were just moving your pawns around.
Well, I was just like, if I don't move my frontline pawns, she can't hurt me.
That's how it works. And so I did the rook and I checked, and it was check. Right. And so as by accident, I was like, checkmate. And you're like, checkmate. And I was like, oh, sorry. I meant check. And then we looked at it for a second. And then I realized where I had put the castle is that once you killed the rook, the castle, so it was checkmate. So, I was like, oh shit, it is checkmate. And you were like, what?
So you sent your bishop and killed a pawn that was immediately diagonal to the king in the back line.
Yeah.
And then
the castle.
Then the castle was lined up with that bishop. So I couldn't take the bishop with the king.
Yeah.
And the king had nowhere else to go.
Yes. And you had kept all your pieces surrounding it.
I didn't move them. I didn't do anything.
You were fucking around in the corner.
I didn't do anything.
So I checked you and I counted 6 moves, which I'm not a good chess player, but you have beat me before at chess. Like when we both played chess normally.
Yeah, I beat you.
You've beaten me at chess. So I was pretty proud of that.
Yeah, no, you did great.
And I grew up with my brother who's like, he really likes chess. Like I think he does it like online. I don't think he's gone to like a competition and played, but he really likes it. And so I grew up playing chess with him and my dad, who didn't believe in letting you win for the sake of cultivating love of the game. They were just like, we beat you, you lost, get better. Which is good because I know how to play.
I think we didn't let each other win, but we weren't like that.
Yeah, no, we weren't like that.
I think my proudest day was when I stalemated Terry, my oldest brother.
Yeah, that would feel good.
And
If I could checkmate my brother in 6 moves, that would be the greatest moment of my life. But I doubt that's ever going to happen. 4 move check. Well, you can checkmate in 2. The quickest you can checkmate in 2. And that's what I was trying to remember how to do at the start when I was starting. Remember, I was like, oh, I can't remember.
Yeah, I know how to do that.
I was trying to remember the 2 move checkmate. I couldn't remember what it was. So I did a 6 move instead. Sorry about it.
Should we talk about Scrabble?
Nah, I think we could move on from this.
No, we should probably talk about Scrabble.
No one cares about Scrabble. Who cares about Scrabble?
My biggest sadness at Scrabble is Chloe once said, that's not a real word. And I was like, all right. And then we checked later and it was a real word. And that word was Batman. Batman is, what is it, a man on a boat?
No, it's
a trench?
Yeah, in like a wartime,
the
officer would have a Batman, which is like his like a war butler.
He
fixes his suits and stuff.
Squire.
Which I knew from Downton Abbey, but I'd forgotten.
You denied me Batman.
I denied you Batman because I was like, that's not a word, that's a thing.
But we played Scrabble after chess.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did. In that case, we never played chess.
No, we just told everyone that we played chess. Pawns rather than the king because I'm a part of the working class down at the rich. Yeah.
A Simpsons chess.
Never sacrifice a pawn.
What were the castles? Like, what were the duplicate pieces? I wonder.
In
Simpsons version of chess.
I've never seen the Simpsons chess.
Would it be Marge and Homer as king and queen?
No idea.
But there's duplicates unless you'd have 2
It'd
Barts.
probably be their house.
What?
That's the castle. Like the Simpsons house would be the castle.
I don't know.
Anyway, moving on.
We played Scrabble.
Moving on from Scrabble.
we were putting down words.
I'm dyslexic.
Are you?
Kind of.
Should have you and Cam play Scrabble at each other.
God, that'd be terrible. The only way that so when I was a child,
Grandpa was the castle. Bart was the pawn.
Bart was the pawn. The bishops. Okay, when I was a child, I was borderline illiterate. When I was very young, to the point where they put me in a special class for kids who cannot read good or spell. Well, the thing is, I could always read okay. I was okay at reading. I could not write. So I was illiterate in the sense that I could not write. I remember looking at a piece of work I did in like year 1 and completely gibberish, illiterate gibberish. And I was like, well, at least I wrote my name right. I look at the top, I'd written my name wrong. Like as an adult looking at it, like looking back on
Cleo.
it. Like, yeah, like no H. Like I'd forgotten the H or something, or I'd added an extra letter.
Chlo.
Like, yeah, to the point I should show you some of the work because it's, yeah, I cannot understand why my parents weren't like, she is illiterate. This is an issue. So, but as I got older, I just memorized how to spell words. So I don't actually know how to spell. I know how to memorize things. I do not know how to spell the word because. I've memorized how to spell the word because.
Well, what's the difference? How do you think people do it?
The difference is if you give me a word that I do not know, I cannot even attempt to spell it.
Really?
Yes, it would be terrible.
So, but can't you guess based on other words?
Yes. So that's if it's close enough to another
Well, then
word.
everyone does that.
No, but like some people at least can attempt, like, I'm trying to think of a word. There was a word recently that came up that I was like, I've got no fucking clue. The condensation clear. I'm guessing I don't mean many love letters. No, like I can't. So the thing is now I can write. Like if I wrote now as an adult, you wouldn't really be able to tell. Occasionally some big words, like I get it.
Are you trying to segue away from the Scrabble?
No, I'm trying to explain why I'm so impossibly bad at Scrabble. So, and why you can't bully me for it because I'm illiterate.
Bullying you?
So I'm a really good reader. I was always really good at reading. I could not spell, and it wasn't until the college that my memory caught up to the point that I could be literate. I could spell. Like I was in high school still, even with like words, do you know what the hard thing is with in Microsoft Word spell checker? If you spell a completely different word that is spelt correctly but isn't the word that you intended to spell, it doesn't tell you spelt it wrong. So that was like what my essays were filled with. Yeah, I haven't spelled it wrong. I just spelt the wrong word. So my essays were like, if I read back on them, like they're like you can read them, and I got A's, like because my ideas were good, but I'd always lose marks for they were like your spelling is terrible, and I'm like, yeah, thanks. And when I did in class essays, terrible. So when I play Scrabble
Mm-hmm.
and I have to come up with words, first of all, I cannot remember any words. When you give me like 7 letters and you're like, come up with a word with those letters, I don't know. I cannot, unless it's like the word don't or like free or wing, like 4-letter words. Like that's my limit. I cannot.
Well, you weren't doing 4-letter words.
I wasn't even doing 4-letter
You were
words.
doing
I was doing
2-letter
like
words.
2-letter words. Because first of all, the letters that I got were shit. I didn't get any vowels. It was the first
So-
issue.
So we started playing Scrabble,
Yeah.
and we're putting words down. I led with Oreo. Then you put like a T down to make it 2.
I couldn't spell anything.
And
didn't have
then
any
I put
letters.
down milk, and then you put down it.
Dom. Yeah,
Oh, Dom.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't doing good.
Then I put down.
I didn't have any vowels.
Then I put a Y at the end of milk and made milky, and then downwards I put yums. Put milky yums.
Yeah. What do you do after that?
I've lost memory of that.
Wrote anus.
I wrote
You
anus.
said
Yeah.
milky yums anus. That's what you wrote.
It all was connected. And basically it was 170 points to 60.
No, it was like you were on 100 and I was on 40.
Yeah. And then Chloe was just like, okay, you win. But
Yeah, I'm
now,
done.
how about we keep going, but I use a computer.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, so I found a Scrabble solver or something. When you excuse me, when you're playing Scrabble with grandma, you
Just
can
in my
like
cup.
annihilate her. If you're like, did you ever play Scrabble with grandma like on the phone? My grandma got really into like online Scrabble for a bit. I never cheated when I played with her. Just so
My
you know.
grandma's never
But if
used
you wanted
phones.
to, there's this thing where you can type in what letters are on the board, and where they are. Like like a full-on Scrabble board, you fill it out, and then you put in what letters you have, and you click solve, and it tells you what word would give you the most points.
Yep. And we kept playing. We got up to like 250
Yeah.
each.
The
and
computer
then,
was coming up with some great words.
and then you overtook me.
At one point, I used all my letters.
Yeah, so you get 50 points if you use all your letters.
Yeah.
Then you overtook me, and then you were like 60 points ahead of me.
Yeah.
And then
It's really great.
I pulled out the word bear cat, which used all my letters.
Which is a word.
Which is a word. It's an Asian bear cat.
Bear cat.
It looks like kind of like a red panda, but
black.
not red. So the bear cat made me win. So
Yeah.
I beat the Chloe robot.
Even
That's
with
the story. We
even
got
with
through
the
it. We got through
supercomputer,
the Scrabble story.
I screwed the supercomputer over so fast, so soon that it could not catch up. I don't like Scrabble. I don't like playing Scrabble. It actually upsets me.
Queen's Gambit was very informative.
I feel like that got a lot of people into chess.
I found Queen Gambit's very stressful.
I
It's
like
exhausting. Like just children and drugs stresses me
children
out.
taking drugs upsets you.
Very young children.
That's fair enough. I feel like that upsets most people.
Well, when she got into the jar and then
yeah, just started waffing.
and I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like, this is it.
This is it.
Game over. End of the show.
I like chess. I like
Checkers.
no, I like chess in the sense I like trying to think ahead. Like that
I don't do that.
setting up the castle move. That was me thinking like, well, if I do this, he'll do this, so I'm going to do this. But actual grand chess masters think like 10 moves ahead.
Yeah.
Which
That's
is crazy.
nice.
I don't know how they like working memory is like 6 things.
Ego's good at chess.
That's how many things you can keep in your working memory. So I don't know how they remember 10 moves. It's crazy. I
You
want to
ever-
burst Magnus.
You think Magnus has time for you?
Yes. I want half an hour with Magnus to teach me how to play chess, and then I want to verse my brother and my dad and beat them and achieve some sort of validation for my childhood chess playing.
You could just play a lot of chess and then go play your brother. 'Cause he's probably not playing it every day.
That's true. He's probably rusty, and I could sneak up on him and just really smooth one day. Be like, "You want a game of what can we play?
Scrabble?
Chess."
Have you ever played Backgammon?
No.
I've never understood how to play Backgammon, and I'll die not knowing how to play
Please, my
Backgammon.
board game. I never lose it. Is that because you throw the table when you start to lose?
I'm gonna say something.
What? You don't like Monopoly?
I love Monopoly.
Harry doesn't like Monopoly.
I love Monopoly.
Okay.
I've never finished a game of Monopoly.
Never finished it.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you're not doing the rules right.
What do you mean?
When it made the rounds about the rules?
No.
So if no one wants to buy it, it goes up for auction, and anyone can buy it.
Yeah, I played it on the computer once, and that's how it worked.
Yeah. Did you know about the secret Monopoly that they made in World War II?
Yes.
Fine, I won't tell you about
No,
it.
please tell me. I do know about that.
Did I already tell you about it though? I feel like
I think I saw it on a show.
Who knows about the secret World War II Monopoly?
I do. But I'd love to hear it.
I'm pretty sure you know because I already told you.
Did you... You were the keeper of that secret?
Yes, I know this knowledge. So,
Nah, my man. It's the dog. You got to be the dog.
oh yeah, or the thimble.
Nobody likes the
I
thimble.
liked the thimble because I like to sew.
Mitch was the race car. I don't know.
Is it a property? No. Well, okay. So
World War II Monopoly.
No. World War II Monopoly is not a particular. It's the rarest version of Monopoly. If you had one of these Monopoly boards, it would cost. It'd be worth like tens of thousands of dollars, right? And the reason it's rare is because it's not actually a game of Monopoly.
Cheeky British.
What they did is the Red Cross produced a bunch of Monopoly boards that they then would send to prisoners of war as part of like their aid packages, right?
Sanity package.
But the thing is, all the World War II, I think it was World War II, might have been World War I, all the prisoners of war knew that if they got a Monopoly board from the Red Cross, that it wasn't a Monopoly board, it was a way to escape Germany. It had a secret compass in it. It had a map built into the lid of the board. It had real German money.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah.
It had a compass. What else did it have?
Didn't it have a radio?
No, I think it maybe had bits so that you could make a radio.
Yeah.
Parts you could make a radio. It had maps. It had some phrases. It had like German phrase books in it, and it was all hidden to look like a normal game of Monopoly, but it was like how to escape Germany, the board game.
Yeah.
So, and they don't have many of them. They have like a couple, and I think they're in museums.
That's very clever.
Yeah, I had to see what else to Google it. What else did they have
In the
thing? Yeah, what other secret things did they have? What else would be useful to escape Germany? Probably someone didn't get the memo. But like they had, I think it was on. I used to love Antiques Roadshow because I'm an old lady. And they had one on Antiques Roadshow, and they went through. It was specifically the airmen that makes sense. So if they crashed in Germany, this is what they found. Time edition. So there was a map. What else was there?
I'm sure there was this robot.
I want pictures. I don't read.
We got to sign up.
What? Bullshit. Well, look it up on your own time, but quite fun.
God damn. I tell you what is interesting.
Star Wars Monopoly.
Star Wars Monopoly is very interesting. Something they did in the war, just because British are funny. I assume World War II.
Okay.
They would
Everyone
get.
forgets about World War I.
They would have tanks, like artillery that would fire.
Right.
And right next to that artillery, they would have an inflatable tank.
Right.
That would look like a tank.
Right.
So it would just be a blow-up tank. And it'd be positioned like 10 meters to the right of the other tank.
Right.
So the Germans would be like, holy shit, they've got like 50 like tanks over here.
Yeah.
They had 25 or something.
It's all inflatable tanks.
Yeah, they're all just inflatable tanks, and then there would be their decoy tanks.
Yeah.
I just find that so funny.
Do you
like
know,
so stupid.
That's stupid. Do you want to know something funny? I can't remember which. Yeah, this is the thing. I can't remember which war it was. I can't remember what countries were involved. But I looked it up afterwards, and it was a thing. It actually happened. So just trust me. But so the enemy dropped.
Pool party.
They dropped a bunch of pamphlets that.
Oh yeah.
What?
Go on.
Not the ones about Have you seen the one where they drop the condoms?
Yeah,
And not that one. This is a different one.
Just tell that one there.
No, after this one. So they dropped a bunch of pamphlets that said, this is how you fake this illness and get sent home for leave, right? So like, this is how you fake influenza.
Yeah.
So you can get sent home for some time off, like, or, pneumonia. If you tried to get me to spell pneumonia,
What's it start with?
I know it starts with a P, that's it.
What's the second letter?
Absolutely no idea.
I thought it was N.
I think it might be an N. Anyway, so it was like, this is how you fake these illnesses, right? And so everyone started faking the illnesses because they wanted to get sent home, or some, or the top brass saw that these illnesses, people were going to start faking them, so they wouldn't send people home if they said they had this illness. And so what the effects of that is that people that were genuinely sick had to stay, and then they spread disease throughout the entire army because they were like, tricked them. It was like a triple play.
Double-edged sword.
Yeah, it was like
not really.
Pretend to be sick so you get sent home, then there's less of you there and we can fight you. But also their plan was that they would start to not send them home.
Yeah.
And then everyone would get sick.
That's brutal.
But did you ever hear about the missile guided pigeons?
What?
The missile guided pigeons.
Go
you
on.
Ever heard of them?
No.
Oh my god.
Did you read Pringle King's thing?
What did he say? I drop every wrong to decrease the morale of my enemies. Oh no, that's sad.
That would ruin me, yeah.
Or just like an impossibly long Pringle can with only one Pringle at the bottom and you can't reach it.
I would never be able to. I can't reach anything in a regular Pringle can. My hand's too big.
So missile guided pigeons. Missiles guided by pigeons.
Hang on. Missiles guided. So the pigeon would shoot the missile.
So this is back before you had, like, you could actually have a homing beacon on a missile and you could send it where it was just like a shoot your shot kind of deal.
Homing pigeon.
Yeah, you just shot the missile and you wanted it to hit, but it could not, nowadays where they go like, phew, and they turn homing and they hit the target. That's before that, right?
Yeah.
So like, how can we make it so that the missile can hit what we want it to hit? And so this was at a period of time where they were doing, have you ever heard of operant conditioning?
No.
So you like train animals to like do things with like food.
Sure.
Yeah, basic stuff. So you're like, if you train it, you give it food, it can teach it to do things. There's more to it than that, but that's the basic conditioning model. And so this guy who was really big on doing that, he was really into pigeons and he would train them to do things. And so the war people recruited him to train the pigeons to, when they have a screen, so the pigeons would be inside the missiles. They'd be like kamikaze pigeons.
What?
Yeah, poor pigeons. So they'd be inside the missile. There'd be a little screen that was just like, not like a computer screen, it'd just be like showing what's happening, like just like a window. But wherever the pigeon would tap, it would move the rotors of the missile. So they trained the pigeons to tap at the boats. Excuse me, have you seen footage of this?
No.
There's footage of it.
Hang
so
on.
they've trained the pigeons to, when they're looking at something from far away,
Hang
at an ocean,
So
with a boat, to tap on the boat. That's all they trained
can
them
I
to do.
attempt
Yeah.
to re-spit out what I think I just heard?
Right. Yeah.
So you've got a missile.
Yeah.
And then at the front here,
Yeah.
you've got a pigeon
A little house
inside looking at a window.
Out a window. Yeah.
And it would be like, that's a boat, that's a boat.
Yeah.
And he would turn.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
And
is,
it worked.
That is the stupidest
It
thing.
worked.
So he's manually homing in
Yes.
on it.
So it was a manual. The pigeon was driving the missile, had no idea it was about to explode.
Unwilling
But-
kamikaze
so it
pigeons.
It worked. They tested it. It worked. I think maybe it wasn't like 100. I'm pretty sure it worked though.
You telling
but
me
they
pigeons
didn't-
killed the Nazis?
No, they didn't end up doing it. I can't remember why.
Why not? That's the best idea
but
I've ever
it did
heard.
work. It worked, and you can find footage of them doing it. It's
We've
quite
got
funny.
to now.
Yeah.
We've got to now. What do you
Yeah,
call
they
that?
brought the Angry Birds, real life Angry Birds. Yeah. But really, it was just like the pigeon had been trained that if it tapped on the boat, it would get a treat. And that's all it learned. Winged warriors, homing pigeons. That might be the ones that just send
Pigeons.
messages though.
Them dating back to over 10.
That's just a history of pigeons. But there is footage. I saw it in psychology because when we did conditioning in psychology. This was just one of the fun facts that they like. Yeah, the pigeon-guided missiles of World War II.
You're joking.
Yeah, it's a thing. Project Oricon.
This is an ad.
It's 1943. Not summer of 43, they still occupied
Show
some
us the
20 countries,
pigeons.
controlled more than 1 million square miles, a
Just
size
skip to the pigeon.
had advanced considerably, a real challenge. Their 30
Yeah,
years,
rockets are shit.
factories
Thank
of
you.
their
They want to be able to home the missiles.
line, or individual.
Where are the pigeons?
Skinner had already used
Okay.
pigeons in his
Skinner,
psychological
yes,
research,
that's the guy.
training
See?
them to
Look at
press
him
levers
poking
for
the
food.
thing.
With their exceptional
He gets
vision
the
and
treat.
unflappable
What?
behavior in chaotic conditions, pigeons were an ideal avian for this task. He built
They
a
love their
nose cone for a
treaties.
missile, fitted with
He's
3
inside
small
the missile.
electronic screens
Aw.
and 3 tiny pigeon cockpits. On the screens,
Aw.
he projected an image of the ground in front of the rocket.
See,
He would then
look, he's
train
getting
the
the shit.
pigeons
He's
to
honing.
recognize the pattern of the target and to pick the screen when they saw it. When
Why
all 3
didn't
of
we
them pecked,
kill
he thought
Nazis
he could
with the
reliably aim
pigeons?
missile in that direction. As the pigeons pecked,
Look at them
cables
go.
attached to their heads would mechanically steer the missile until it finally reached its target. Without an escape hatch, these brave avian soldiers were not only guiding the missile to its target, but
What?
themselves to their own demise.
They
Despite
should,
a
you know what they
successful
should have done? They
demonstration
should
of
have,
the
like,
trained
once
pigeons,
it had honed
military
it,
officials
trained them
remained
to,
skeptical.
like, escape.
Who knows? Maybe they thought the pigeons
To bail last
Yeah,
decade.
bail, save the pigeons.
How would
After
you tell
2
it
years,
to
military
stop?
officials canceled the program as they believed that further development would
Well, hang
seriously
on, here's the
delay
problem.
other projects that the military
It wouldn't be able to
considered
tell
had more
friendly
immediate
pigeon,
potential for
friendly,
combat.
Well,
friendly from non-friendly.
yeah, but you're shooting it at
In the direction.
Yeah, you're shooting it at the. So it's still like a shoot your
Journalism.
shot kind
The
of
concept
thing.
of
But then
psychology,
once
they
it's
view
shot
behavior
and the
as a
boat's
reaction to one's
moving,
environment.
the pigeons
Basically-
can
Just this.
Yeah, so Skinner was crazy obsessed with operant conditioning, and he trained animals to do lots of things. There's a footage of like a cockatoo riding a bicycle.
Alright,
But
we're
one of
going
the-
down a web here.
But one of the ways he did it was by starving them, so that they would be more motivated to do the things for the treats.
That is
so he always
insane.
kept them perpetually underweight. But in year 12, we had to do our own psychology experiment, and I wanted to make a Skinner box, which is like his box where he trained his pigeons. But I for some reason couldn't convince my parents to let me get a pigeon. So they didn't care about my education at all. So I didn't get to make a Skinner box.
Hello, Igor.
Hello,
Did this
hello.
inspire the Stop the Pigeon cartoons? I
We
don't know
trained all
about
the
those.
pigeons to drop bombs. Yeah, poor pigeon.
But like, they don't know they're kamikazing.
no, they just think they're doing their job. and
Yeah.
They're going to get a little seed at the end.
Back to a friendly boat. Oh my god.
Yeah, they should have had an eject button for the pigeons, because pigeons will always fly home. So, and it also means you don't have to retrain the pigeons. You can like reuse the same pigeons.
God damn.
Yeah.
That is
Crazy.
mind blowing.
That's the sort of when I told you I had psychology stories. That's the kind of shit I'm talking about. It's just crazy, weird shit like that.
Well, that like, I want to see Brad's reaction to that. Like, that seems like the kind of thing that you would make up.
Yeah, it was a thing. It was real. Do you know what the most reliable method to train an animal is?
Positive reinforcement.
Yes, but there's 2 things. It's the method that you do it, so positive or negative, but it's also the frequency in which you do it.
Right.
So infrequent, positive reward. They trained like a bunch of rats to do different things, and if you do it, they get a treat, but it's random, they will it's about pressing a button to like get a treat.
Sure.
And if you do it certain ways, they might press it a few times and give up. Right? If you do it randomly, the rat will press the button until it dies
Yeah.
to try and get the treat because it just
Yes.
like doesn't know when it's going to happen. It's crazy. But he also did weird things where when they pressed the bar, it was like a pleasure response. They like put a thing in their brain, like a little electrode in their brain. And when they pressed the bar, it got like a pleasure response. So it's kind of fucked up.
Yeah. I remember. I don't know if it's Big Bang Theory or some just shows always reference that that a rat would press that button until
Yeah.
it dies.
Yeah. But it would also they do things where it would make the way to get to the button really dangerous. Like it would have to walk over spikes or something like hurtful to get there, and it would still try and get to the bar.
God damn.
But that thing, yeah, it was kind of fucked up. Skinner was fucked up. The thing is, they show you like when you do psychology in like year 1, they'll be like, yeah, Skinner, operant conditioning, woo, and like they'll teach you about his box and his pigeons, and then you get to like year 2, year 3, and then they'll be like, all right, he's fucked up. This is the fucked up things that he did. And
Well-
you're like, oh shit.
Like you could train a fish to do the same thing with boats, or
Why
it could
don't
just
they
be
train dolphins?
or it could just be an underwater pigeon.
Didn't the
You
Russians,
just have to have clear.
Didn't the Russians try to train dolphins and belugas to like
No, they have Russian dolphins
yeah,
defending
dolphin
the
spies.
Crimean
The
border.
the Russian dolphin.
The
soldiers
Russian dolphin
defending the
soldiers.
motherland.
I'm pretty sure it's a thing. I think it's just, I don't know, they go collect something, or like if they see something, they report it.
Right. To their superiors. The whale.
The whale, the captain, and then the captain reports
Oh,
to Putin
God.
himself.
And then it goes to a chimp, and then the chimp uses sign language. And
Ah,
it goes up the animal hierarchy until eventually you get one that can communicate with humans.
You just need to go to monkey to parrot, and then the parrot speaks. God damn it.
I have some great psychology studies.
Timmy strapped down the well. Russian dolphin groups are called commie cliques.
What's it, Skippy? Timmy trapped down a well. God damn it, Skippy.
God damn. Igor, you missed our mass chess
Yeah, we talked about chess.
discussion.
And how I checkmated Harry in 6 moves.
It's true.
It's true.
And then we had a pleasant Scrabble match.
I don't like talking about Scrabble. If I could choose one game to annihilate off the face of Scrabble, what's it good for? Nothing.
What about backgammon?
I don't know what that is. You said, have you played Backgammon, and then you moved on.
You've
And I
never,
said no, and then we
but,
moved on.
but you've seen the backgammon board. Haven't you ever flipped the chessboard and it's got jagged black and white triangles?
Oh, yes, I have always wondered what that
That's
is.
backgammon.
Right.
That's
I
backgammon.
don't know how to play that.
Mr. Chess. He loved backgammon.
I've never played Backgammon.
I've never understood how to play backgammon.
Igor, did you hear about the chess butt plugs? The controversy? The Morse code butt plugs? That's what we were talking about.
You what, mate?
Well, did you hear about the controversy of the chess scandal? And then they were hypothesizing how they did it, and one of the ways they hypothesized was that there were butt plugs involved up their butt.
Wait, so there was no evidence. They just hypothesized?
Yeah, it was just. I think it was more everyone being involved in the chess drama was like, well, how are they communicating the signals? And the obvious answer is in their shoe, but the internet went, it's butt plugs.
Wild.
Not a fan.
Not a fan of
I
backgammon.
don't even know how is it. You roll
I've
dice.
Played it once. We used the checkers, and then it's about jumping from triangles to triangles.
What?
Pro chess community.
Yeah, the butt plug move.
Are you ranked, Igor, in chess?
Are you a grandmaster? How many points do you have?
Grandmaster Igor.
Yeah. You have to get a lot of points to be grandmaster.
Yeah.
It's a point-based system. In case you're
Goddamn.
wondering. But did you hear about the pro fishing scandal?
I'm so interested in pro fishing. I've never watched a lot of it, but what tell me the goss.
I don't remember any of their names. I know it was in America.
But
Going into there. So one guy got caught for shoving weights inside of his fish. And so there was this very
What an
dramatic
idiot.
video. Yeah. And he was also shoving like other bits of fish into the fish
but
and weights.
fish weigh what a fish weighs. So
But
if
yeah-
you've got a small fish that weighs more than a bigger fish,
No, but like he was catching big fish. Like he's a good fisherman. He was catching big fish. He was just adding, a few little extra.
don't they weigh them alive though?
No, they catch them.
Yeah, but usually they put them in a water
I don't know.
compartment on their
But
boat.
there was this big dramatic video where this guy confronted him and he's cutting open all his fish and he's chucking out and he's like, "Everyone believed in you, man!" Like it's really dramatic. Like he's very passionate.
You were my fish hero.
He's very upset. And he's like, "How long have you been doing this for? Call the police!" Because they get a lot of money for these fish, winning the competitions, I'm guessing. And then it was all on Twitter, and everyone's like, "I've never been more invested in pro fishing drama than I have been now." I have a chess.com rating. It's embarrassing low.
Just gonna stop that
That's
bot.
sad. You should go. I should do a. You know what I should do? I should go to a chess tournament. Yeah, exactly. That's essentially what he's like.
You were the chosen one.
Yeah, he was like, we all believed in you, man. Like you were the best. You were the best of the best. And imagine they're all wearing like camo, those camo fishing shirts and like the hats on backwards and the sunnies, and it's just like it was just like a movie scene. So maybe it was fake, but it was just like, but it was a movie scene in the sense of like the pure raw emotion of the man uncovering this like.
What's the biggest fish you've ever caught?
Literally like this big.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally nothing.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I've literally never caught a fish that's worthy of being eaten.
That's a shame.
Yeah, you caught that big flathead one. I was like genuinely impressed because my family, every time we like, let's go fishing.
Yeah.
It meant let's sit for 2 hours, catch nothing, and go home. No one caught anything. My dad caught like one. What's those fish? Where both their eyes are on the same.
Oh,
side?
flounder.
Yeah, he caught like one of them, and he ate it for himself as like a little snack, and that was like the most we've ever caught. I'm sure my dad would disagree with that.
That was probably the biggest one I've caught, but I think
it was good size.
that big.
Yeah.
Well, it was I think
good size.
43 centimeters.
But fish don't like me. They just don't like me.
Fish are not
I think
friends.
some people are cursed with fishing. I don't understand fishing. I don't understand fishing competitions where they actually catch the fish. I just don't understand the concept of going out on a boat with the intention to catch a fish and actually catching a fish. That is insane.
What do you mean?
Because you never catch. Because my experience is you never catch a fish, especially when you really want one.
Well, I tell you who has a fishing curse blessing.
Yeah.
Cursed with the fact that they don't enjoy fishing, but blessed with the fact that they always catch stuff.
Right.
Mitch.
Damn it,
We were once at a dam, and Mitch.
My fish gives to you. At a dam.
Yeah, we were at a dam,
I really just touched.
like a massive dam, and like people were jet skiing and stuff. And I'm setting up my rod.
As you do.
As I do.
Yeah. Can't catch them with your bare hands.
No. Mitch probably could. But Mitch's rod is set up. He's just got the shiny hook.
Yeah.
And he's just like, okay, I'm not going to put any bait on yet. I'm just going to practice my casting. And then he goes, I think he does a really bad cast.
He's like, I'm just going to fly fish for a second.
Like, it literally, like, plumped 2 meters ahead of him because maybe he held on for too long. I could be remembering this wrong.
Oh, no.
And then massive fish, massive redfin, which is a pest, but delicious, jumps on. And that was the only thing we caught. And we took that home and ate it. And it was beautiful. But without bait...
I cannot even fathom that. That would never happen to me. I could fish every day for the rest of my life, and that would never happen to me.
That's Mitch's blessing. Like, or actually, I think it's been previously described as my aura. Like
when you're there,
when I'm there, everyone succeeds.
Right.
Because remember, at one Christmas we were at a wharf.
Yeah.
And a family member caught all these different ancient fish.
Weird looking fish.
Yeah, and an octopus
Poisonous
and
fish.
everything. Yeah. The blowfish, the big, caught everything. And then you caught something. Everyone caught something except for me.
So I remember I thought I'd lost my bait. I remember that wharf, and I was wheeling in my stick. And there was a teeny fish on it. It was so small, and I was like, "Oh!" And I recasted it with the teeny fish because I was like, "I can use this teeny fish to catch a bigger fish," but it didn't work. So that was sad. My experience of fishing is being a child, and I was with this like the most traumatic thing that ever happened to me. Okay, I was probably like 8 years old, and I was fishing with Dad. And I don't think I was fishing. I think Dad was fishing, and I was just sitting. We were on the rocks, and I was just chatting. And he caught a fish, and he wheeled it in, and it wasn't big enough or something. And I was like, Dad, we have to release the fish save it, put it back into the water. And he's like, okay, dear. And so he unhooks the fish, and hands it to me to, dramatically release back into the water and save the fish, because that's what child me wished to do. So he puts the slimy fish into my hands. It immediately stabs me with one of its fins because it flopped. I immediately drop it into the rocks that we're standing on. Like we're standing on a bunch of rocks. It falls through the cracks of the rocks, flops on at the bottom on this like sandy bank with no water. It was like sort of like a little mound. It was surrounded by water, but it happened to not land in the water. Just out of Dad's reach. So I'm like crying, screaming, crying. He's trying to reach down into the rocks to grab this fish so that we can save it. And I just had to watch it slowly suffocate.
Damn.
And I couldn't save it and we couldn't reach it. And it just died. And it was literally centimeters from water. And it just died. And it was my fault.
What kind of fish was it?
I don't even know.
Oh.
Not one you could eat.
My
Dad let me try and throw it back.
my cousin, we once left
That's probably what. Sorry to interrupt. That's probably why I cannot catch a fish. That
because
fish
you
cursed me.
Yeah.
It looked up at me because it
Old
was on its
fish curse.
side, so it was looking up because eyes point to the side. It looked at me as it died and said, "You did this," and it cursed me. And I've never been able to catch a fish that I've actually been able to eat since that day.
Well, we haven't gone fishing that often. I'd like to go fishing more.
Maybe if we went more often.
Mitch,
Like if we had a boat and we could go into the.
where we caught that flathead, Mitch once caught a crab. Like
Oh, yeah,
a massive crab. Like its
my
torso
dream.
was this big,
Yeah.
so his legs were bigger.
Oh.
But he thought he was reeling in like a boot, and then out of the water, I just look across and I sighed. Like I sighed.
Of course,
Yeah.
course, Mitch has a crab, the
Yeah.
most delicious of delicacies.
Well, we didn't eat a lot of crab back then. But I sighed when Mitch cast without bait and then pulled his own. I was like, ugh. But like, it's like awesome, but also, Mitch.
Oh, well done, Mitchell.
And he's just like, oh my God. Oh my God. And then this guy comes walking out like this.
What was the hook attached to?
He grabbed it and then
Oh, he
brings
put
it
it
to
so
his
it wasn't his mouth. Right,
Yeah.
right. Gotcha. Oh, I want to catch a crab. We went prawning.
when you
Quite
go prawning.
successful. I don't know.
Well,
If you define 18 prawns for 4 hours of work as success, then it
Well,
was...
I also caught a flathead there. We ate that.
You ate that one. Remember, I took the prawn time, you took the flathead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was smaller than the other one you caught.
Flathead is beautiful.
And that was where you stepped on a giant flathead and it
Yes.
swam away and you didn't get it.
Yes, because it was just burrowed into the
Yeah.
musk of the dirt.
Prawning's fun though. I want to go prawning again. Freaking Mitch.
Goddamn Mitch.
Is that why when we went fishing, were you fishing, Mitch? I remember you were reading a book, but I can't remember if you were reading a book and then you would fish sometimes and then go back to your book.
On that wharf.
Yeah, no, that was at that little island with
Island.
my sister, where we had to like walk out. It was like a little bridge. We had to walk
Oh.
around and we found like a little spot, and you could walk out for a really long time because it was really shallow.
Didn't people catch stingrays then?
I did catch a stingray.
Yeah, you caught a
I
stingray.
caught a stingray. Yeah.
And you made me de-hook it.
Yeah.
And
Well,
real-
how am I going to do it? I don't know how to de-hook things.
Sure.
Blame my father. for not teaching me.
Stingrays are scary.
Yeah, but didn't have a.
It had a barb.
Did you catch anything? I can't remember if you caught anything. Yeah, the nice guy at the bait shop. Yeah.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. That's a nice guy.
Fishing is not my I would like to enter a pro fishing tournament
Yeah.
and then just not
Catch anything?
I would not catch a thing.
Well, if you're on a boat, your success goes up.
Yeah,
And then
true.
they usually know the area.
That's true.
They have fish finders.
What? Oh, there's little devices.
It's built into boats.
Yes.
And it scans
My
underneath the
uncle has
water.
Yeah,
And then you find the fish.
you call it for it. Fucking Mitch.
Yeah, thanks guys for joining us for
Well
the
done,
the
Mitch.
COVID cast. I'm not feeling great, but
Oh,
we had to
no.
do episode 10. I had to do episode 10.
I'm feeling like I get like hot flashes. It's not menopause. COVID flashes.
COVID pause.
Yeah, I think feeling pretty good though. I think I'll be all right for tomorrow to go to work.
I'm
I'll check. I'll test myself tonight. And
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, see how it'll go.
But Chloe's gonna be doing a stream tonight.
Possibly, unless
Oh.
COVID gets me.
You should be okay.
I should be fine.
You're past the bad.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be hanging out in the chat.
yeah.
So if you want to talk to me, you can talk to me in the chat.
What should I play? Should I play Valorant?
You should probably play Valorant. Yeah.
Should I play Bannerlord? You have to get all the Twitch integration set up for me.
You're non-affiliate.
Ah, god damn it.
Probably
Probably Valorant, people.
probably some Valorant.
Probably some Valorant. That's my go-to.
There's Chloe's
I haven't
Twitch.
streamed in a couple of
Close to
weeks
affiliate.
because Wednesday I had COVID and I felt absolute shit. Normally I stream on a Wednesday.
And then we flew.
Um,
Or we got ready to
and
fly.
then the week before that I was getting ready to go to PAX.
Yeah.
that Wednesday, and then Sunday we were in PAX. So I've been a couple weeks. So there's no videos on my channel because it's 2 weeks since I've done
It's going to be a Scrabble stream.
a backgammon screen. I should do a pro fishing game.
I love the fishing games, but I feel like they're so boring.
They should do it with you should be able to have a real rod.
Pretty sure like the PS2 had something like that.
Yeah. I'm not bad at casting though.
I've got
Come on.
Fishing Planet on the
Validate me.
PS5.
Fishing planet.
Yeah, I haven't played it.
I can cast the rod, all right, can't I? You don't have to cast it for me. I can do quite a good.
No,
cast.
you're good.
Yeah. I just-
But what do you do? There's something
Something bad.
something bad that you do. I can't remember what it is.
What do you mean? My technique's perfect.
Um,
Zelda fishing is green. Also,
Zelda fishing.
I love
Yes,
Animal Crossing fishing.
I do like Animal Crossing fishing.
Just spam it.
I love fishing in all games. Sorry, I didn't love it in Stardew Valley. If you ever played that, yeah, I think you'd like it.
I know. I started it's one of those games. I know I would like. I just don't. I can't play everything.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
You should
all.
play Dinkum.
Dinkum. There's also
Yeah.
that Disney one that's come out.
Just I don't know if you could if you could fish in that. Maybe I'd play that. Fishing
I'm
in
sure you could.
RuneScape. Yeah,
Or you can fish in Dinkum.
I love fishing.
What's that? I used to always play those free online games, like the fishing games, where you'd have the hook down, you'd have to move it up and down, and there'd be like millions of fish, and you have to try and catch the big fish.
Just a browser game.
Yeah. Freeonlinegames.com. Did you ever go on that when you were a
Cool
kid?
maths games.
Cool maths games. No, freeonlinegames.com was the best one.
I don't know. I used to play what is it? Line Rider
Oh yeah.
bike.
What about Mr. Fancy Pants? Did you ever play that?
Yes.
Oh, I love Mr. Fancy Pants. OG.
You ever play this Lego racer car game? It was like you're in like a shop with Lego. Oh,
I used to play one where you were on a trampoline and you were a gymnast and you had to do like pikes and different jumps and flips. And
what if we do a stream one day where it's just browser games?
That's okay.
Can you do that? Is that a thing?
I think so. I'm sure you can.
Octodad, the dadliest catch.
The
Have you
dad-
played that?
I've seen Octodad. But I haven't
That
played
was so funny when it first came out. It's co-op, so I'm pretty sure like two people, like one person controls the legs, the other person controls the
it.
arms.
Right.
That would be pretty funny to play.
I'll play Valorant. I'll have some new friends because normally the people that show up when I stream, some of them are lovely. Some of them ask if they can see pictures of my feet. So to have
those people get banned though. So
yeah, one person tried to get me to say
Was it-
inappropriate words in Icelandic.
no, Swedish.
No, it was Icelandic.
I thought it was Swedish.
No, it was Icelandic.
All right, sure.
I think he tried to get me to say, I don't know. I won't talk about it, but sometimes weird people show up.
Leave it dead in the past.
Dead in the past. So when I have people in the chat that aren't weird, I think it scares them.
That's why Mitch and Adam can pop in mod for you.
There's one guy who only shows up to be sort of mean to me, but he's crossing the line, like he's on the line of like he's not mean enough to warrant me banning him, but he's just mean enough, and he'll only show up if no one else is talking to me. Like, I think he gets off on it. I don't know,
Let's just ban him.
maybe, but I think it's just how he talks. I think he doesn't realize he's being mean. So I have called him out on it. I'm like, be nice to me. And then
Yeah.
he's like, oh.
Well, it's your chat. You don't
Yeah.
have to put up with anything you don't have to
Yeah.
put up with.
I don't think I know he doesn't realize he's being mean, but he only shows up to be mean to me. And I'm like,
Well, yeah.
you bully me.
But yeah, check out Chloe. And she'll pop in the Discord as well. But yeah, you are officially in the HQ schedule
Oh my
finally.
goodness, I've been begging for years.
Yes, you have.
Begging.
And then your esports career will start shortly.
Yes.
We'll have to get you the team activewear.
Activewear. I refuse to wear pink. Because all the esports girls teams I see, they always have pink.
Did they
And
have?
there's nothing wrong with pink. I love pink. But I feel like someone's forcing them to wear pink and they don't want to wear pink.
Did they have like?
Chloe learns Dota strong.
I would love that, Igor. I'm still
We
trying.
were saying, Igor, that because you're really good, we should have it where it looks like I'm playing, but it's actually you playing, and then everyone thinks I'm really good at it, and then I'll get a billion followers because I'm like an amazing Dota girl, but I have no idea.
Like you wear the esports team.
Yeah, most talented beginner ever. Yeah, it's like my first Dota stream, and then I'm just
And you're doing like pro maneuvers. Yeah, you're playing.
I'd have to have Igor like in my. I'd have to have headphones with him telling me what to say, like call out.
Yeah.
Like he's just playing and I just copy what he says.
I'm pulling the
Slight
lane.
delay. Yeah, but I'm
Just
just like
terminology that is
turn,
Dota.
rotate.
That's
shoot.
Valorant.
Yeah, you rotated Valorant. Yeah,
That'd be funny.
true.
That would be great.
Apex West Pink TSM. Is that all boys?
Do they have women? Like, do they have mixed?
No, Harry,
What?
because they're sexist.
Well, I know they.
Esports is sexist.
I know they have esports like full girls teams,
Yeah,
and I'm just picturing the Dota teams. I don't think there was
there's no
women in
mixed
them.
team because
There's
boys,
no mixed.
boys don't want to play with girls because they're not as good.
Well, our Valorant esports lineup is currently you, me, Brad, Lachlan, Mitch.
No females at the top. Yeah, like you said, they're never at the top level,
Damn,
which is weird to
need to
me.
get you there.
Which is weird to me when you think video games are not a physical skill. I can understand high jump. You know, men are going to be able to jump higher than women. You know, physical restraints. There's no physical restraints in video games.
Well, I
Why is
saw
there a gender gap? Sexism.
a woman on YouTube Shorts
Mm.
talk about why that is,
Mm.
and it's just because when video games first came out, they were just marketed for boys.
It's the boy club. And also, you know, part of why as well. So boys that are super into video games, society and their parents allow them to spend every day of the weekend in their room playing video games. If a girl tried to do that, they get upset with them about it. They're like, you need to go out and be with your friends. Like
Is that a thing?
They push social relationships on girls more than they do boys.
Did they?
So if a boy
That's weird.
decided- So let's say if your sister decided to spend all day playing video games late at night, your parents would have objected to it.
Well, we weren't allowed to do that.
Yeah, you weren't allowed to do it anyway. But just in general, that's as well. So like boys get really
I've
good at it.
I've
very
never heard of
early.
that. That's
They get very
weird.
good at it very early because their parents don't care if they stay up until 2 a.m. Which they should. It's
That's
bad.
not
They
how I
shouldn't
would
be
have
allowed to do it.
imagined. If that's the average, I
That's
would have
one-
imagined it.
Not the only reason, but it's one.
I would have imagined that either parents don't care and either kind of child stays up late, or either kind of child has a deadline.
Yeah, I think it's.
I
a
didn't know
society
they
thing.
gendered that. That's kind of weird.
They don't play solo only in parties because when they play solo, they get exactly. I don't talk in Valorant for that exact reason. I just can't be bothered to deal with it.
Yeah.
Can't be bothered.
Well, that's why we should do a 5-stack.
Yeah.
In Valorant.
Yeah.
And
I
also,
saw-
you're probably better than me. You're probably better
I think
than
that's a stretch.
you're probably better than Mitch.
Now everyone's gonna show up, and I'm gonna be really bad because I'm
You do, Mitch.
freaking out.
We'll have a weekly Valorant day as well when we get the
I've
second
had some
computer
clutch
set up.
moves. I wish I saved some of my best moments in Valorant.
Mitch has got a lot of Apex skills, which he'll probably deny, but he probably needs a bit, and then he'll get good.
5 viewers, followers, and primes on Mr. Trimdim.
Mr.
Get out of here.
Goodbye, nice guy.
I was gonna say something about pro female. I saw this really cute Valorant TikTok where they were all individual players, and they slowly started to realize that every player was a girl, and they were like, "Wait,
Did it change their opinion?
are we all girls?" And they're like, "Yes, ma'am," and they were like all happy. And then there was one guy who was just like, "Go B." Like just ignored everything they said and like how happy
Super
they
serious.
were, and was just like going B, and they were like, "Oh."
This
their,
guy.
their response to him was just like, "Oh."
I thought you were gonna say the fifth person was a guy pretending to be a girl. That would have been a better story.
It was really sweet, but yeah, I don't talk in Valorant. I just can't be bothered.
But remember the days, Mitch, when you weren't good at mouse and keyboard. He was a console
Oh.
lad.
Console scrub. I like console. I like PlayStation. You guys were
PlayStation.
Xbox boys.
Yeah. Well, we grew up. We had a PS1, Well, this is the order of consoles we had. We had some old Sega thing.
I love the Sega. I have Sega too.
We then had the Nintendo 64 and the PlayStation 1.
Yeah, we have PlayStation.
And then we got given by Doug one year original Xbox and PlayStation 2 and a GameCube.
Nice. I remember when we got the
And then 360.
POV, you're a gamer. I have to watch that. We got the PS1 for Christmas. And I remember the moment when we all had to open it together, and when like my brother got to the label first and realized it was a PlayStation first. And us all like freaking out. It was great.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a good moment.
Does anyone...
Then we played Prince of Persia.
Sands of Time?
Yeah.
What a game.
I'm pretty sure.
It's a great game. I still don't know anyone, and maybe Igor or Migosh know someone, like, that has the latest Xbox. Like, the tower thing. I don't even remember what it's
It took
called.
us ages to get the PS5.
Well, it took me 3 days.
Well, look, but you couldn't get it before, like year before.
I never tried.
Yeah, but it was hard to get.
Just ordered it from some random person in Melbourne on eBay. They had 2 available.
Right. They've been stealing them.
Yeah.
Stolen goods.
Original Xbox might still be one of my favorites.
But I'll play
Speed
Valorant.
Kings was a great game, yeah.
The thing is, I would talk in Valorant if I was undeniably good at Valorant, because then they wouldn't have anything to bully me about. But as soon as you talk in Valorant and you're a girl and you make a mistake, they just shit on you. So I can't be bothered.
Well, you don't talk in voice chat anyway.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying if I was really, 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 really good, I would talk.
If you were really good, you'd talk.
Yeah, because they'd have nothing they could say. I'd be like top of the kills list. What are they going to bitch about? As long as if the but I'm not that good.
You'll be fine.
I'll be fine.
You do know someone. Do you have one, Adam? Do you have a
Adam,
latest Xbox?
You have the latest Xbox, and you never.
I've
invite us
never.
Over to
I never
play?
knew.
That's not me.
It's not you.
Not
Then-
you.
then- So you know someone. I don't know anyone
Yes,
that has it.
Mitch, download Valorant. We'll play it together.
Yep.
Noah
Get us going.
does.
Noah has it? Damn.
How much
Damn.
did Noah have to bribe your parents to get them to buy him a Xbox?
Yeah, they're really. Yeah, they're. I feel like that's going to be a thing for a long while.
You still get the weirdos, but I love I love watching the TikTok girls who are really good at games and then they're just really rude to all the boys that are mean to them. I enjoy watching that. I get something out of that.
I'm sure we can get some content.
Mm.
Like you wanted to do a thing where I think it was Lachlan.
Yeah,
Like so.
the toxic translator.
Toxic translator.
Yeah.
So how did that work again?
So my idea for toxic translator was that I would be playing Valorant and speaking in Valorant. Like I'd be speaking in the game, right?
Yeah.
But I only have a mic and my headphones don't work. And Lachlan or whoever would have headphones that work but a mic that doesn't work. So people would be yelling toxic shit at him and he would translate to me the crux of what they were trying to say without
In a
the
positive
rudeness,
way.
in a positive way. And so then I would be responding in-game positively to what Lachlan has said.
To a negative.
To what was
statement.
like, you suck, bitch. And Lachlan would be like, he would translate to be like, I think you need to improve a bit. And I'd be like, oh, thanks. Yeah, I'll keep trying. And that would be my response in game. So the person being toxic would be like, you suck, bitch. And then I would just be like, thanks. I'm trying. And it would be confusing to them because they'd be like, why is she being so happy and positive? And it's because I'm not actually hearing what you're saying. Someone's translating
Oh,
it
damn.
for me.
Well, what game would you do
think
that for?
I think we were trying to find the most toxic game possible.
There's League of Legends,
Yeah.
but we don't have many people that know how to play League. Dota could get that way.
Which character should you learn? Oof.
Who do you play in Valorant? I play Jet and
Asked
Sage.
me and then you didn't let me. Jet and Sage.
Who do you play?
I like to play Phoenix at the moment.
But Phoenix is taken. Who do you pick?
I'm always really quick. My ping's really good. I always get the first. Like I always get to pick what I want first.
I always
quick.
get
Yeah,
what I want.
I've never not. Anytime I started playing Phoenix, I've never had to not pick him. I'm always the quickest.
But hypothetically, I pick Phoenix because we've got the same ping. Who do you
Oh.
pick?
Bastard. I can't remember my riot password. I haven't played. Yeah, I haven't played. What I hate about
I saw
Valorant
Viper and I
is
just
you have
thought
to
Dota.
unlock. You have to unlock the people. You don't just get all of the
Yeah.
people. It's shit.
I'm still trying to unlock the Australian.
Oh yeah. There's some cool ones, but I like watching people play them, and then I get an idea of them.
Okay, so basically, Mitch, don't learn Sage, Jet, or Phoenix.
Sometimes I play Sova,
I think Mitch played Brimstone
Brimstone.
because Brimstone drops the 3 smokes on the map and is really good.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Brimstone's a good one.
Insta-lock Phoenix. Viper. Yeah, Mitch did play Viper.
Yeah, there's some. I want to play other ones. I want to get better at other ones, but at the moment, I was like, I need to learn the maps and I need to learn what everyone does.
Yeah.
So I was just playing the same people.
I think Brad's been playing it a fair bit. So that'd be exciting to actually get some good people and like we could all talk to each other and actually strategy. Because if you don't have the whole squad, you kind of just don't even bother strategizing.
Oh, like yeah, people strat with the like marking on the map, and they'll do it in chat.
Yeah.
So you can still strat to jive without talking.
I don't.
I've never had anyone be like, get in voice chat. I've never had anyone be like, talk to us. They just always do it in the text.
Right.
But,
Yeah, there's new maps. That's kind of scary.
yeah.
I don't like a lot of the new maps.
I don't know what's new and what's old.
It's all new to you.
All new to me. Hood in the hood.
Should we wrap up there?
Yeah, we should wrap it up.
All right. Thank you
I'm
all
hungry, I
for
want some
joining.
lunch.
I'm going to go rest.
You're so sick.
Thank you for episode 10 of the podcast. We pushed through.
We did it. COVID buddies.
COVID buddies.
High five.
High five.
No one can see it.
What? They can see it.
No, because our hands, when we reach out, you can't see where we. Wee.
But yes,
Thank you. We will rest up. I'm feeling pretty good. You're feeling pretty shit.
I'm not feeling great.
Your drugs are wearing off.
Yes,
I'm drug free.
I'm also trying real hard. But yeah, that's the schedule. Stay tuned in the Discord. Chloe will be streaming tonight.
Yeah.
Hopefully see some of you there.
You said 8-ish. I usually start at 8:30. Sometimes 8 if I'm early.
We'll see.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how you go.
We'll see how it goes.
All right. But yes, thank you, Igor. Thank you, Adam. Thanks, Mitch.
Boing,
Thanks,
boing.
Pringle King. Thanks.
Pringle
Is anyone else there?
King. I have to train some pigeons and get them on stream.
Train some pigeons. Yeah.
Yeah.
Important stuff.
Jake
And
was
Jake,
there.
Moot Fungus. Yeah. All right. Bye, guys.
See you later.
Thanks for 10 episodes, Chloe. 10 episodes.
10.